Hello, exiles. Are you tired of running maps and looting scraps? Well, this might be the right strategy for you. Today, I want to show you the results of running blueprints with 500 reveals. First, let me give a brief explanation of how Heist works. To engage with Heist, you will need either a blueprint or a contract, along with rogue markers to pay the fee for running it. You give these to the NPC in the rogue harbor, and it opens a portal to an area, similar to a map device. The minimap is revealed in Heist because your goal is to reach the end of the area where the loot is located. After that, you trigger the alarm, which puts the area on lockdown. A lot of mobs will start to spawn, and you must escape quickly. If you die during lockdown, you will lose all the loot you acquired in that area. For contracts, the reward is typically an item that you can sell for rogue markers. For blueprints, the rewards can vary and include currency, which can be any currency plus 2 special Heist currencies, tempering orbs and tailoring orbs, scarabs, enchanted rares,
Heist bases.
uniques, most of which are called replica. One more thing about Heist is that you have a crew that needs to be leveled and geared. To keep it short, you'll want each member to reach level 5 in their main role. For their gear, focus on increasing job speed on all pieces and aim for +1 level to all Heist jobs on their main gear. I'll also link a picture that shows the main role for each rogue. Now, let's talk about how to run Heist. All the profit in Heist comes from blueprints, so you want to run as many as possible, as quickly as possible. For this, you'll need a specialized character. Since killing enemies isn't necessary, the focus should be solely on speed and defense. We focus on two things, defense and speed. I'll link the character I used for this below. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments or reach out in-game. After you have your character ready and the rogues leveled and geared, the next step is to acquire deception contracts with an item level of at least 83. You can get these from TFT or trade. Scour them, as rarity and quantity don't affect the loot in the tiles. Run these contracts with Gianna to generate blueprint reveals because she gives you a 45% discount on them. Additionally, on the way out, there are no closed doors, making it faster to leave. This strategy saves you money on rogue markers and time when running out. Additionally, there are stacked deck chests and deception contracts that drop 2 per chest, and it adds up over time. For this test, I ran over 250 deception contracts to generate reveals with Gianna. I also tested just revealing with Wakano because every deception contract generates a Gianna reveal and a Wakano reveal. Wakano's reveals don't have a discount, but with current rogue marker prices, it's still worth using those reveals. Once you have your reveals, you'll need to buy 3 or 4 room blueprints, either from TFT or trade, and reveal them with the NPC. I only went for wing reveals. I didn't go for full reveals or stacked deck reveals, just unlock the wings. After revealing the blueprint, take it to the room where you assign the rogues to their jobs. They should all be at level 6 in their main job with the proper gear. Confirm the assignment, and then take the blueprint to the NPC to start running it. Inside the blueprint, if it's a 3-wing blueprint, there will be 3 areas to loot, and if it's a 4-wing blueprint, there will be 4. Run either clockwise or counterclockwise so you can stay focused without worrying about which areas you've already looted. Run to the end while keeping an eye out for side chests with these rewards: essence, fragments, stacked decks, currency. If you see any of these, loot them quickly while keeping an eye on the alarm level. Once you reach the end, check the loot. If all the items are worth less than 20C, I recommend not looting them to save lockdown time and move on to the next wing. To check prices quickly, I used a feature in Awaken PoE Trade, where Shift plus space brings up a search bar for replica prices. After some time, I became familiar with all the prices, which made the runs even faster. However, I would still loot 15 chaos stacks, GCPs, or chisels because they're easy to sell. But if it's all uniques and bases that aren't easy to sell, I just skip to the next wing. Repeat this process for all the blueprints. I made a rough spreadsheet to track the uniques I got and what I sold them for. From all the blueprints I ran, I got 2 expensive bases, as you can see. The focused amulet sold for 37 divines, and the helical ring sold for 26 divines. Make sure to price check through the trade website because Awaken Trade will show you the split prices, which are half of the actual price for replicas. I hit 1 replica Alberon, which sold for 52 divines, and 3 replica Feral, which netted me 92 divines in total. These are the most valuable drops. I also got many rare replicas, but they aren't worth much. I'll leave the spreadsheet so you can check out what I got. The reason we loot those side chests is because fragments give scarabs, and essences give essence scarabs. I got a lot of calcification scarabs, which are worth half a divine each. For stacked decks and currency, it's self-explanatory. In total, I had a scarab tab worth 28 divines and 15 divines worth of stacked decks. I also got a lot of bubblegum currency, which I sold in bulk, mainly chisels and GCPs. I ran Heist for 4 days, with 1 day dedicated solely to generating reveals and 3 days running blueprints. I made over 300 divines in this time, which averaged out to about 11 to 12 divines per hour. I might have just gotten lucky due to the small sample size. I'd rate this a 9/10 farming strategy because it's profitable and gives you a dopamine hit from hitting big items. And also it's not as boring as Sanctum. Rue is a cat, and fuck Sanctum. Subscribe for more videos and strats.